Good afternoon. So day 2 of my 30-day challenge to myself. Should I weigh myself every day? And so I was on Instagram, just scrolling around like you do. And there was I'm going to call her guru, who said, what you should do during this quarantine time to stay on track with your food and so forth. And one of the things she said is you should weigh yourself every day. And I was like, really? You're going to encourage people to weigh themselves every day when, I asked, people like yourself, how are you doing? And many of you told me you're struggling with eating, right? You're home all the damn time. So you're taking mindless walks to the kitchen, you're bored, you're out of your rhythm, you're out of your routine, and food is, gives us comfort. Food gives us that sense of control. So the biggest thing I challenge you right now is to stay off the scale. I'm going to repeat that. Stay off the scale. All right. So I'm going to start with why you shouldn't weigh yourself every day, and then I'm going to go into what to do instead if you want to stay on track. Okay. So the first thing, if you weigh yourself every day, you could be up anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds, right? And that could be maybe you haven't pooped, right? Maybe you ate a big meal last night, and you had more sodium than normal. You had more carbs than normal. So, all of that takes time to digest and process through your body. Maybe you had a little bit too much sodium in the last few days. Maybe you're over or underhydrated. Maybe your period's coming. Maybe you're stressed like a mofo, right? Those are like so many different variables that can cause your scale weight to go up. And so by weighing yourself every single day, I know a lot of women who do it. Some people say it keeps them on track. Other people just says it just fucks with them. And so here's where I challenge you. If weighing yourself every day doesn't mess with your head, then weigh yourself every day. But if weighing yourself every day causes this like emotional roller coaster, cut that shit out, right? Cut it out. The thing about scale weight, it only measures your relationship to gravity. That's really it, right? I know, I get it. It's so many, a number of clients who are on medications and their doctor tells them, hey, if you hit this certain weight, we'll be able to either, get you off the medication or have you, decrease your milligrams and so forth. I get that. And it's a pain in the ass if that's where you have to focus. But the scale, doesn't always give you the full picture of what's going on. So one of the things, if I, tell my clients, because the scale sometimes doesn't budge, right? The scale will just plateau and just piss you off like nobody's business. So one of the things, or several things, I give my clients to do when they are, kind of stuck in that, the scale's not budging. What can you do, right? So first, it's a good old-fashioned tape measure, right? You want those inches to come down. So I want to, measure my chest. I'm going to measure my waist. I want to measure my hips. I want to measure each individual thigh. You can, if you want to get, extra fancy, I can measure my calves, and I can measure my neck, and I can measure both arms. I want to measure on the biggest part of my bicep. I want to measure across the widest cross part of my thighs, and I want to cross the widest part of my calves, right? I can do that. That's one way to do that. The other thing is performance, right? Maybe it's 10 push-ups on your toes. Maybe it's pull-ups. Maybe it's how fast you can run a mile, right? It's just little things to show you that you are making progress, and it has nothing to do with that goddamn scale. Pictures, right? Pictures. For many people, it's the picture that you see that tells you, whoa, how did I put on that much weight? Well, I want that picture to be like, whoa, look at me, how much I'm losing. And so, I ask my clients weekly to take a picture. Pick a day, Thursday, whatever, take a picture, and take a picture in the same clothes, right? And so that way you can see, your progress over time. Do you have to take a picture in a bathing suit? No. I just ask that you take your starting picture. You don't take picture in baggy clothes because it's hard to see initially that you're making these changes. And or track your sleep, right? One of the biggest things, sleep or your energy, one of the biggest things that I always, challenge my clients is that, sleep. If you get good sleep and you manage your stress, your weight, your mood, everything is going to improve. So those are things you can track other than the scale. But if you're someone who's like, I need the scale's my BFF, then I challenge you to only weigh yourself once a week, twice a month max, right? That way it's not every day you're like, if your self-esteem is, if you're up or down a pound or so forth, if that's going to just like mess with you, I need you off that scale, right? Because I need you to prove to yourself you're doing other things, that, you are getting faster in your runs, or you are, getting better in your push-ups, or whatever you choose to be your progress marker. That was hard to say. So I just wanted to pop in quickly and just tell you, you are going to hit your goal. You are going to hit your goal. I guarantee you're going to hit your goal. But you just need to be realistic about it. You need to be excited about it, and it needs to be sustainable. Okay? And so if you right now are struggling with, being home all the goddamn time and snacking your head off, and you're worried that, by the time we get out of this self-quarantine, if you will, and you're going to be 400 pounds, I'm running a 14-day snacking challenge. It starts on Monday. It's 100% free, and it'll take you less than 15 minutes. Each day you'll get a quick tip and show you how you can get through the day without that boredom eating, that mindless eating, and just throwing food in your face. What I'll do is I will leave the link below so that you can hop in. And we start on Monday, and it's literally just going to be a simple way for you to get back into the habit, get some structure into your life when it comes about food. All right. Thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon.